Today on Review This Thing, we're going to review this thing, the Sitka Equinox Guard clothing. This is Robbie with Review This Thing. If you're like me, anytime you're outside in the spring, summer, or fall, you're pretty much getting pounded by mosquitoes. I can walk outside for 5 minutes and come back in with at least 2 to 3 mosquito bites. Now during turkey season, we usually treat our clothes with either Sawyer's or Ranger Ready spray, and that does a great job of keeping the ticks at bay, but I still usually come home with several mosquito bites. So when we saw the Sitka Equinox Guard clothing at the NWTF convention, I knew I wanted to try them out. We'll get into what makes them special in a few minutes, but the main thing was they're supposed to keep me from getting so many bug bites. Let's review this thing. Before we get into this, make sure you go check out our new website, reviewthisthingtv.com, for lots more content. Subscribe to the newsletter so you don't miss anything. As you guys know, we're going to give you the facts, and the first part is fit. I have the Sitka Equinox Guard hoodie, pants, and gloves. Let's talk about the shirt first. I'm 5'10" and about 180 pounds, and I'm wearing a large. It might fit me just a little bit bigger, but I ordered a large intentionally because I didn't want it to be too tight. The sleeves seem to be the right length for the size, and mainly when you're using the thumb strap, it doesn't pull it too tight around the elbows, which is where I also get mosquito bites. The other thing I really like about the sleeves is that they don't fit too tight. I feel like the movement of the fabric around my arms helps keep me cooler in hotter weather and helps keep the mosquitoes from actually getting to my skin. The large does seem to be a bit too long for me at times. That could be because I should have ordered a medium, or it could be that Sitka means for it to be worn tucked in most of the time to help keep bugs from getting into you. The shirt also has a hood and an integrated face mask that makes it great for turkey hunting, and the face mask doesn't fit too tight across my face. Now for the pants. I typically wear a 34-30 in pants, and these are a 34R. I would say the waist is true to size. They fit just like I would want them to, and the length, which measures at 32 inches in the inseam, is a little bit long for me, but I'd much rather them be long than short when I'm sitting on the ground turkey hunting. I don't want them riding up over my boots and letting more ticks in. The hips and thighs are comfortable, and mainly for me, they're not too tight. I have pretty big calves too, and the lower legs on these fit fine right over my calves. They also fit easily over my lace-up hunting boots and my slip-on work boots. And now for the gloves. I have a medium, which is supposed to fit a palm circumference of up to 8.5 inches. I've always liked having my gloves just a little bit tighter because I can't stand the extra at the ends of the fingers. Mine is about 9 inches in circumference, so I ordered a medium to keep it tight, and I would say they fit perfectly. So overall, because the shirt fits like other larges I wear, and the gloves fit perfectly, but taking just a little bit off because the pants are a hair bit too long for me, I'm going to give fit a 4.8 out of 5. Now is the Sitka Equinox Guard clothing as advertised. The main thing that is advertised about this entire line of clothing is that it protects you from getting bitten by ticks, chiggers, no-see-ums, mosquitoes, ants, and biting flies. There are 2 things going on that's supposed to help with this. First, it's treated with insect shield. The Equinox Guard series clothing line is actually treated with permethrin within the fabric itself. Permethrin is the primary ingredient in the sprays that I mentioned earlier, so we definitely know that already works. The insect repellent ability of these garments should last at least about 70 washes, so hopefully that'll get you through a few years at least. Second is the fabric itself. Sitka says it's made from a very tight-knit fabric, which should also reduce the insect's ability to actually bite through. Even if one should land on you and stay there, it shouldn't be able to get to your skin. Just last weekend, I spent pretty much all day in the hot and humid North Carolina woods moving tree stands around, and I only came back and found 1 bug bite on me anywhere. Typically, I would come home with several bug bites, even under my clothes. That's a vast improvement over the normal. Because of that, I would have to say this shirt and pants have done exactly what they were supposed to do in keeping me from getting bit by bugs. The other thing that Sitka advertises about this clothing is that it's ideal for hot weather. The fabric is lightweight and moisture wicking, and it's also breathable and seems to get quite a bit of airflow through it. Last weekend, while I was soaked in sweat from moving tree stands, I found myself just standing there like this, letting the air blow through it, and man, did it feel good. So based on the fact that I was able to wear it, especially last weekend in the heat and humidity, not get too hot, and not get bit by a bunch of bugs, plus the fact that while we've been standing here filming this review, Adrian's been swatting mosquito after mosquito, and I don't think I've got a single bite yet, we're going to give, as advertised, a 5 out of 5. Now, on to construction and durability. As far as the shirt, I really like the hood. It provides some extra skin coverage so you don't get your ears bit up by mosquitoes, and it can also protect you a little bit from sunlight. It's also just as lightweight as a shirt, so it doesn't add a whole lot of extra heat when the hood is up. I also like the built-in face mask that I mentioned earlier. It's not too tight across my face, and it's very breathable, so you're not just sitting there rebreathing your hot air. And finally, like I mentioned earlier, the shirt is a little bit longer, and the tail is even longer than that. So when you're sitting on the ground turkey hunting, it won't come untucked. And now for the pants. The first feature on the pants that really seems to help in hot weather is the zippered leg vents. If you're getting too hot, all you got to do is unzip them, and it'll let some extra air in. And another bug bite prevention feature is the internal leg gaiters. Now, I've just been tucking them into my boots. Sitka says it's best to tuck them into your socks, but I didn't really know that. And tucking them into my boots has seemed to keep the ticks from crawling up my leg. The pants also have a dedicated knife pocket, hidden suspender attachment points, and front leg zipper pockets. I do wish there were 2 back pockets. I found myself several times trying to put something in a back pocket. I also think it would be a pretty cool feature if there was a space sewn in for knee pads, especially because I'll probably be wearing these bow hunting out of a saddle. As far as the gloves go, you can see that they have the thumb and the index fingers cut out, which makes it easier when you're shooting a gun, and especially when you're shooting a bow. And let's not kid ourselves, it also makes it a lot easier to text. The gloves also have a lot longer cuff, which helps add to the bug bite prevention. All of the garments in this line are treated with polygene odor control technology, which will hopefully make it harder for the deer to smell me this fall. As far as durability goes, pretty much every trip to the woods is a torture test with me. If I need to walk through a thicket or over logs or over rocks, I'm gonna do it. So far, all 3 pieces have held up well. I've only noticed 1 stitch on the sleeve that seems to be coming loose just a little bit. I've been through a lot of briars with the pants, and they haven't picked anything yet. If you've had these pants or hoodie for a while now, please comment below and let us know what you think as far as durability goes. So I don't think there's anything about the hoodie or gloves that I would change, but I have mentioned a couple things like back pockets and knee pad pockets on the pants. So for construction and durability, I'm gonna give it a 4.7 out of 5. Next, on to testimonials and reviews. Of the reviews we found, most of them were very, very positive, with only a few things that people would like to see improved. One issue was that they were fragile and not good for brush. Like I mentioned, I've been through several thickets and been past a lot of briars, and I haven't had any trouble yet, but we'll see what the seasons hold. Another one was that the shirt pocket was not heavy duty enough to hold a phone. My phone fit in the pocket just fine, but it would not stay still when I was walking and hiking. People said the shirt runs too big. Like I mentioned, I probably ordered a size too big, but I still like the way it fits. Another one was that the pants are a little heavy and warm. I'm not sure exactly what that person was looking for, but I don't think they're heavy, and I've worn them in some really hot weather. And several people agree with me that they would like to see knee pad pockets and 2 back pockets. And the final complaint was that they're too expensive. We'll talk about that in Should I Buy This Thing? So for testimonials and reviews, we give you the score that we found, and that's a 4.8 out of 5. And finally, should I buy this thing? You guys know what I'm getting ready to tell you. It depends. If you've been using the permethrin spray for years and you'd rather just spray down your clothes before the season and every 6 weeks or after 6 washings, then these probably aren't for you. But if you're tired of keeping up with when the last time it was you sprayed your clothes, or you don't want to take the chance of smelling like permethrin, then you might want to check into the Sitka Equinox Guard line of clothing. As someone who can stand in the backyard for a few minutes and come away with a mosquito bite, I can tell you that they help keep bug bites to a minimum. And knock on wood, I haven't pulled a tick off of them either. But let's talk about the last complaint from testimonials and reviews. The shirt is $150, the pants are $250, and the gloves are $50. So the whole outfit is going to cost you about $450. There are other brands out there with Insect Guard technology that cost less, but I haven't tested those. And the added features show that these were built for hunters. And Sitka obviously has a pretty good reputation for quality gear. Full disclosure here, Sitka did send these to us, but after having worn them and tested them, I would pay that $450 for this set. So overall, I'm going to give Should I Buy This Thing a 4.9 out of 5. Hey, thanks for watching our Sitka Equinox Guard clothing review video. While you're here, watch a lot of our other videos. Subscribe so you don't miss any of our new content. Check out our website, reviewthisthingtv.com, and go ahead and like this video, comment, and share it with your friends. Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.